long time coming. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I remember my first project. It was called Future Legend. I still believe that. Dro. I'm back on my shit. Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 1.5. I'm gonna do a couple of duels on Dueling Book. But before I do that, I decided to make some changes because, like I said, I did some test hands yesterday and I was having a lot of trouble. So I decided to add the Genix Hyundai because the effect is sent to the graveyard. And like the problem I had with my test hands yesterday, I needed a tuner real bad and I had no way to get into it. So I'll send, and I added a bunch of like Monster Reborn type cards. So I'll send a tuner to the graveyard and I try to Monster Reborn. Also, I added a Warlock the Ice Barrier because going first, I don't really have much that I can do. So I decided to add this because it's like an anti-spell fragrance. So what it does is I summon this. Like, instead of summon Trishula, I'll summon 3 cards, use this, tribute those 3 cards, summon Warlock the Ice Barrier, meaning that my opponent has to set spells and traps, or mainly the spells before using it, and they use it in the next turn. And I also added Defender the Ice Barrier, so 1600 or more can attack. So what I think planning on doing is, setting up the same board using the setting up like if I was gonna summon the Trishula, use this, summon these 2, and probably another one. That way they can't attack if the attack is above 1600, and they gotta set the spells and traps. I think that's better than summoning Trishula and banishing the card and hoping I drew the spells and traps. So that's my game plan going first for now. And I added, like I said, I added more monster, like a reborn card. So Surface, it's like a reborn. This is the same thing. It reborns monsters from the Ice Barrier monster from the graveyard. So like the same thing. I could, let's say if I summon Trishula and I send this card to the graveyard using this. I can special reborn it with this, a special reborn. Then if I have 3 Ice Barrier monsters, I'm unaffected by card effects. So, like I said, it's better making a better going first, and then this is crucial to set up to try to make the board that I'm trying to. And the cards that I took out is a Heavy Storm Duster. Like I said, it's gonna go to the extra deck. I took out this just because right now is no good. I took out Salvage because I said I put in that Reborn instead of adding to the hand. I left one in the deck. I took out the extenders. Right now, since once I get like Behemoth Shark, and then I'll put back the extenders, but right now they ain't doing much. And like I said, I tried this, but it didn't work out as good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I added to the deck. Let me add these cards on my dueling book, and I'll be right back. I apologize for the setup. This is the only way I could record at the moment. But yeah, this first actual duel with this deck that I built or rechanged. So it's gonna be just one duel, short episode. Hand wasn't so good, but he ended up going first, as you can see. Summon Tour Guy, uses effect. I have no hand traps, nothing. If I went first, I at least had the Fiendish Chain or some shit, but yeah. So he summons Bardiche. I think that's like, no, never mind, not yet. He summons this guy. So yeah, I'm just, saying, K, go ahead, do your thing. And I think later in the clip I fast forward just like go because it was going kind of slow. Like I said, it's just a short episode. And I actually won. Spoiler alert. I was surprised. I don't know if he just let me win. So I told him it was a sealed. I was doing a sealed only, and he said he was new with this deck, so I guess it was kind of on even terms, even grounds, I should say. And I think now is when he goes summons that Phantom Knight card. I need to get one of those things that lets me record off the screen. I'm about to invest in that. And I don't know what he did right here, but he said he didn't have nothing since that one card got banished, and then he Phoenix chained my monster, and I don't know why he didn't activate the other one, but I ended up just summoning Trishula, banished 3 cards. I could have really summoned. I should have summoned the other one and banished 3 cards on the field, but it didn't really matter because I just put monster on the board as an attack pretty much. And then he probably drew bad and quit. So yeah, that was